Welcome back to another night at the opera, Delta Green, where sanity is lost and probably not found again. And this show is rated R because of cosmic horrors and mature themes. And so far, that has included a lot of body horror, blood, gore, monsters, aliens, kidnappings, murder, and a lot of other things that are part and parcel for the genre, as it were. I'm your handler, Mikael Hellstrom. You should follow on this channel because this is where we communicate with Asa by chatting and subscribing and everything. Bell icons, the words. Who is with us this time? Everybody.
Darian playing Special Agent Brian Felton.
Yes.
I'm Brian, I'm playing Dr. Alice Blair.
I'm Harper, and I'm playing Cora PhryneTalbot.
And somewhere there's a cat.
I'm Cal, and I'm playing Special Agent Morrigan.
Indeed. Last session, which unfortunately was a little while ago, but here we are again. Z-Cell never dies. I just jinxed everybody, didn't I? Last time, there was a lot of things going on. Let's see now. You were reviewing a whole bunch of your clues involving the dead colonel. You found links to crystals, perhaps. That's a suspicion, at least. You were exploring the leads, including joining... You haven't formally joined the Enlosis Foundation yet in the St. Louis chapter, but you have attended a meditation, and... Yeah, Talbot fell unconscious.
Yup.
Yeah, and was taken to the hospital. And then eventually you had a situation at your hotel with a bellhop that was just wrong in every way, shape, and form because it literally could change its limbs to ways that should not function in a human body.
I completely blocked that from my memory.
Yeah. And what else did we have? You have seen things like eyes and ears strategically placed to apparently spy at you in a hospital. You've also been... Talbot had a weird vision while she was unconscious, of experiencing things, the party from Colonel Daniels' perspective, which was probably rather jarring, given his, shall we say, state of mind, and also the fact that he died. So Talbot literally experienced someone dying from their perspective. But there was a clue in there. Namely, she recognized the face of someone who the colonel knew as Ronald Valiant. Then you've also been trying to travel to various places and been tailed by a black Ford Taurus. And we left off with Blair and Morriggan in a park where you stopped. You're basically in the middle of St. Louis. This is like a park that is very central to the city. And the black Ford Taurus has also stopped, not too far away. So that was the cliffhanger ending. Maybe. I don't know. That depends on what Blair and Morrigan will do next.
I don't at all remember what we had planned. It's been so long.
That thing got away.
Sorry.
That thing got away. Morgan, no.
Oh yeah, the thing in the hotel room got away, yeah.
I think they may have called us at the end of last session.
What was that?
Yeah, I think they may have called Yeah, I think they may have called Fenton and I at the end of last session.
Yeah, that is indeed a possibility. So are we all going out to the park then, with Fenton and Talbot as well?
Why were we going to... Does anyone remember that? Does anybody remember why we were going to the park?
If we're gonna fight this thing, we need backup. And we can't exactly call the cops because if this is a monster, then we're gonna taint all their minds.
Okay,
And I'm
I
not
agree.
leaving them to fight this.
Were we going to the
we
park
can
to
talk
fight
about
this?
it.
No, I don't remember. Were we going to the park to fight this thing? I can't remember what we were
I
doing.
don't think we were originally gonna fight, but it's more like we don't know what to do, and we definitely
We
need
just try to
backup,
find it.
but we can't call the cops.
Okay, I'm all aboard. Talbot's got an SMG. We're fine.
Let's see
Well,
now.
I'd like-
You were... I'm looking through my notes here because I know what was happening.
Hindsight, probably should have rewatched the last episode.
I did that a few weeks ago, okay? Don't remember much.
Blair is there because she was good at talking to people, and you want to... Oh, you were going to the county jail. Yes, that's where you were going. Because you wanted to speak to a young lady who is currently serving time, who used to be Ronald Valiant's known associate. Girlfriend, in fact.
Oh, I remember
We were
now.
being trailed,
Oh, yeah.
so we pulled off into a park.
Yep. You were being trailed and you pulled off into a park.
Yeah.
So, here we are. Ready for anything, right?
Yes.
That's the Black Ford
Shall I?
Taurus behind you. You are in the park. It's not going to be terribly close, mind you. It's definitely not bumper to bumper here. It's just within visual range among the trees. You have this one lane in each direction road making its way through the trees in the park, and over there you can see the Black Ford Taurus that has stopped strategically in a way where it can see you and you can see it. But if you want to approach, it's going to be a little bit of a distance to get there. And probably difficult to sneak up on it, too. Because if it's in fact tailing you, which, you know, it seems to be doing, because that's why you turned into the park and it seemed to have followed, then how are you going to get out of the car without being noticed? So maybe that's where we're calling Talbot and Fenton.
Yeah. I guess we're just waiting for now for those two.
Very well.
Tell Blair, under no circumstances should she let Cal attempt to sneak up on them.
Yes.
Yeah, both of you just stay put unless they start firing, then start burning some rubber.
Do we have a second car?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I like that answer.
Before we go, can I grab a bottle of hairspray? I'm assuming we have one because there are 3 people here with at least chin-length hair
That makes sense, yes.
and a lighter.
Ooh.
May I have those?
Yes, you may. Yeah, you're in the hotel, so I'll allow it, absolutely.
Yay. Okay,
I
now.
randomly had a lighter last time, so clearly Fenton carries lighters with him.
Yeah, I think Talbot does too after that situation.
Or
I think Talbot always has.
Yeah, and like a little barrette box just so it doesn't look that suspicious.
Maybe a hair gel. Who knows?
All right. As much as I hate to say it, mechanically, I think Talbot is the best at driving.
Buckle up, Buttercup!
Fenton buckles up.
There is no need for rolling for driving, unless you want to do some stunt driving right now.
Oh, no. Don't
Is
encourage
he in
her.
the back seat with all 3 seatbelts? Just
And a Kevlar vest.
fair.
I also have a riot helmet just in case.
That makes sense.
Fair.
On the paint on the top, just in the case if Talbot's driving.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
All right, it's gonna take a little while, of course, for Blair and Morrigan to. You have to wait for these guys to catch up. So I guess we're waiting in a park for, I don't know, maybe not half an hour, but certainly 20 minutes or so.
While we're on the way, can we attempt to coordinate again with the local PD so we can try and box this guy in? Like we were trying last time?
If we can't, we should at least look for what the license plate is on this car, man.
That is something you can do while you're waiting for Talbot and Fenton. Probably it's going to be hard because it's so far away. Do you have binoculars with you in your car, Blair and Morrigan?
That's a good question.
We're FBI, of course we do.
I would like to point out one of his motivations is bird watching. So is it possible he left binoculars in the backseat of their car for casual bird
Well,
watching?
You're very lucky indeed.
How about we finding this out now?
It seems plausible
Yeah.
that you would in fact have binoculars in the car. That seems highly plausible. So why not? All right, Blair, Morrigan, why don't we do an alertness check to get that license plate?
Alrighty.
First roll of the session.
Never thought that motivation would come in handy.
Yours.
Damn it.
Well, Blair is not going to get a clear view. Clearly the weather is being annoying for you. And maybe there's a little bit of shrubbery just covering up the license plate in question. Yeah, you're not going to get a good view. Talbot, you and Fenton, you are approaching. Blair, Morrigan, have you called... Who's called the local PD to box this guy in? Is that Fenton?
I'd imagine it'd either be me or Blair or Morgan. One of you want to do it? Give it a try. Since you guys are the ones that are there on scene.
Yeah, I guess Blair would have called in right after.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, Morgan's not the talking to people type.
What? Morgan doesn't have social skills? Tell me it's not true.
It's surprising. Since we're trying to box them in, I'm assuming we're not going to have the sirens going and blue lights and stuff. We don't want to
in the undercover cars
alert
without
the
the
prey.
blue lights.
Yeah.
So
Maybe people use their lights to clear intersections, but they'd probably be approaching quietly.
yeah, exactly. Once they get to the park. Talbot,
We should get
tell
one
me
of
how
those
you're
to
going to
roll.
mess this up by as you're driving closer to the Ford Taurus. Let's get a drive check here.
Oh,
It's your favorite check, isn't it?
yay. No, it's Fenton's favorite check. And I passed. So,
Uh-huh.
you didn't need that riot helmet.
Talbot, you are slowly driving up closer to this machine, and because you passed your driving check, I'm going to allow you to actually get a good visual of the license plate. You're going to have reports from various police officers saying that they're starting to get into position. What do we do from here?
And I like parallel park, so I'm blocking both sides of the road.
Oh, do they
also-
have those things that that line of tacks that the police
What?
put down, pop the
Oh,
tires of the car?
Road spikes?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they
Shasta
could definitely
put
have
those
that.
down at all the exits.
Did you
Or at
call
least
in the
the
police to get in like a bucket and not just handcuffs? Because something tells me this guy is gonna have an easy time with handcuffs.
Keep an eye on the manhole. You don't want this thing escaping into the sewers again.
I guess if the cops are in position or we're in position, we could all switch our lights on and just bum rush this guy before he has a chance to react.
As you are, everything is being set up. The Black Taurus, you're like a minute, 30 seconds away from the trap being sprung. The Black Taurus suddenly starts moving, and
Did they place the spikes in time?
they have not placed the spikes yet. It's
Does it look
gonna make a turn out across the grass and try to turn to just drive hell-bent for leather towards any
Talbot?
road that leads out of the park, basically. We now
Talbot,
have a
need
car chase on.
I need you to ram that car, Talbot.
Order received, Cap. Let's go.
It's a shootout. It's time.
Fenton, take the SMG. Start firing.
Wait, what?
Car
You're gonna-
chase.
You're gonna fire the SMG with local cops around?
Yes.
Maybe not
Don't-
right away.
Not right away. Not right away.
Okay, I'll trust you on that.
That's
But
the last thing you should do. The first thing you should do is shoot out his tires.
I would like to remind everyone that Morrigan has already shot somebody innocent.
Yes.
that we know is innocent.
This is true.
Do we know they're innocent though? Do we?
They
Might have
definitely
been,
weren't
like,
the thing
the
we meant
shot
to
the
shoot.
first thing.
They definitely weren't who we meant to shoot.
You're sympathizing with a potential puppy kicker? Come on.
All right, Talbot. Who's driving the other car? Blair or Morrigan?
I
Don't
think
put me in
I'm-
front of the wheel ever.
I guess I'm driving.
All right,
It's Blair's
Talbot
turn
and
to
Blair,
drive.
roll your drive checks.
Oh, please.
Fenton, you
Okay.
buckled in?
At least not a crit.
Yeah. Okay, Talbot, it's all on you.
This is going great, you guys.
Maybe they failed their drive check.
They did
Maybe I
not.
should I like take over? Oh,
Probably
Can we
not.
fire the
no.
SMG now?
You will hear the screaming of sirens as the local PD takes up pursuit. Given your rolls here, somehow you're maybe sliding and slippering. It's still cold, and there will be ice slicks here and there, and certainly patches of slick, slushy snow that gets under your tires and messes up your driving. We don't have any fumbles here, so nobody's actually getting hurt, but you are not going to be right on top of your subject here, on your suspect. The Ford Taurus is speeding away down towards the east, towards the river. And the PD has, let's see how many vehicles they might have between you and them, between you and your target. It's gonna be 3 vehicles, in fact, all with flashing lights that are trying to catch up to.
put on the flashy lights before
Before
cornering this thing.
You can definitely push on your flashing lights too. You're FBI. You can just put it on the roof. You have a portable thing that you can put on the top of your roof, like they do in all the shows.
We will.
Exactly.
God, St. Louis, that's what it's called. Jesus.
Yes.
Do they have any helicopters?
Hi. Yeah, they're gonna definitely call in an airship and everything. Like we wanna catch the potential terrorist bomber who killed Colonel Daniels in a very high-profile terrorist attack in the middle of St. Louis City. So here's the next problem. The moment that the airship gets in here, I have a feeling that the press will get to know about this stuff too. But that is future
Formals.
Z-Cell's problem, not current Z-Cell's problem. For now, the various cars are just heading. You're halfway to the river. This Ford Taurus is just dodging back and forwards, trying to shake all the pursuers, which is not going to be easy because half the city's cops are on their tail. So let's see how well they do. Feel free to roll another drive check, everybody.
You got this, Talbot. Yeah!
Absolutely got it. Let's go.
You get your driver's license back.
Thank you.
Apparently. Wow.
Do I get Morgan's as well?
Yeah, you do. You that was Blair. But you can have Morgan's.
Okay.
Just collected them.
Talbot is the one who managed to find the gap between the vehicles, skillfully dodging between all the cop cars, even as whoever is in the vehicle ahead is just recklessly pounding through traffic and smashing into another vehicle, basically just not T-boning it, but definitely sideswiping it. They're impeded in their success, even as you are gaining and just weaving through the rest of traffic. So with a critical success, I'm going to say that you are right now right next to the Ford Taurus and can look straight into it, basically.
Hey, Fenton. Can you make a distraction by firing at the car?
The
Since we're
person
close.
inside the Ford Taurus is, in fact, not the bellhop.
Well, if you fire at the passenger side, that could create a distraction to get them to, I don't know, maybe swerve into something.
Is that what I see right there? That lady?
Yep. She doesn't look very pleased to see you this close to her at all.
I wave at her.
You waving? What are we doing, Talbot?
You want to try and if you want, you can try and sideswipe her and knock her off, or I can try and shoot the tire now that we're closer, and less likely to missing now is less likely to shoot a pedestrian. Since we're right on their side.
I think you should shoot the tire while I focus on not crashing.
All right, you do that. I will
Thanks.
take the SMG, aiming towards the lower front of the car. So if I miss, I'm just gonna hit the door, or I'm gonna hit the street and not hit people. I'm gonna try and shoot this tire.
Okay, I'm gonna call that a minus 40.
Minus 40.
Because you're in a moving
believe
car
in
and you're
you.
doing a called shot.
Does
But on
firing
the
an
other
automatic
hand, that's
weapon
probably a
do
good
different?
idea, because you don't want to hit civilians.
Does firing an automatic weapon make any difference?
Not really.
Okay. I'm probably not gonna hit it then because I have an 8 hit now.
I believe in you. You can do it.
I don't think Fenton is going to be used to the recoil, basically.
Wimp.
Which
What?
I am, because I have used this SMG for reals. You're gonna, I guess you're pulling down the window before you're doing this, feeling the blast of cold air in your face and putting out the SMG through the window and trying to hit the wheels even as Talbot is swerving and your target is swerving and everything is moving at once. You're gonna do a short burst because that's your training. Of course, in this case, there's no setting on this SMG for burst fire. It's basically as long as you're pulling the trigger. That's as many rounds as you fire off. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And you're probably hitting the pavement, you're hitting the vehicle, the Ford Taurus, tuck, 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 and maybe one bullet just goes astray somewhere. You do not hit the tires, though. Let's
Maybe
try.
I hit the engine.
Who knows? Let's try again here with. Wow. Okay. Talbot, roll another drive check.
Oh no.
It's gonna be fine, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Why is it
come on.
fine? Blair, I want a drive check from you too. You're far behind everybody else right now, but you're trying to catch up.
It's that
Oh,
Apple
Blair.
GTA level.
Yes, this is absolutely GTA. Yeah, no. Blair is somewhere far in the back and pumping the brakes very often to not run into other vehicles and civilians and so on. What do you want to do with this success here, Talbot? How do you want to deal with this chase? Because it turns out that your maneuvering is better than hers.
Can I try to push her Like, to the side a bit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you're doing what is it called? A pitch maneuver, where you're bumping the Taurus so it has to swerve and basically slams into... Where are we? I need to have my map in front of me. Where are we here? We are in... We're getting into towards downtown. I think she's actually on the highway. And she's been trying to turn off the highway, and that is probably where you can do the maneuver and cause her to swerve off the road and into a ditch, basically.
Hell yeah.
There's cop cars behind you. They're gonna be turning up in a couple of turns or so. But in the meantime, it's you and her on the side of the road. What do you want to do with that?
Can I kind of jump out of the car with my hairspray and my lighter and just go, freeze!
Absolutely.
Tires?
You know what? I feel like this
I
is the
could do that.
beginning of initiative, as it were. And I don't know that I have a good map for a roadside crash like this, so we're just gonna have to deal with it through that.
That's in your mind. We're good.
Can we ever be good, though? Is it true?
So, just give it the visual. Talbot has run this person off the road into a ditch. They're climbing out of their car, apparently prepared for violence. I'm getting out of the car with the SMG. She's getting out with a can of hairspray and a lighter.
Yep,
Yes.
That's about it, really.
Bullets clearly haven't been working, okay? Oh, it has worked? Fire! Lots of it!
Alright, so let's see who is who here.
I'm Fenton.
Yeah, I know that much. That I do know.
How
Oh,
about that?
Patrick. Papa!
Oh, wait, what?
Papa!
No, don't.
Bonk.
Absolutely don't. Ever. Okay. So,
This is my turn for that?
Talbot, you are apparently blindingly fast. You are gonna get out of that vehicle. Let's see. I do want you to make a luck check here, because it's gonna be a bit random of how these vehicles have been tossed around and placed in relation to each other. So I want to see if you can actually get to the suspect in a single turn with your movement. Roll a luck check.
I spent all my luck not pancaking Fenton, okay?
Apparently. So you're not going to get close enough to use your improvised hairspray flamethrower this turn. But you are running up towards the door of the vehicle, of the suspect's vehicle.
Yes.
Well then, I need to think. Why have you done this to me that I need to think? That's just not fair. Okay, I think... she's gonna duck down underneath the seat.
You ain't sneaky enough for the Christopher Fire.
You're seeing her sitting in the driver's seat, and then she's just ducking down into, I don't know, underneath the door itself. What is Fenton gonna do?
Well, she's clearly reaching for a gun, as far as Fenton's concerned.
The tires, Fenton, the tires!
Can she drive away? I thought she's in a ditch now, like off.
No, she's in a ditch. She could try to drive away, but...
I'm gonna open fire on the driver's seat.
Alright.
Because I don't know what she's doing. I know she's not good, and she now is ducking down, and she could be going for a gun. And Talbot's running at her with hairspray in her.
And sooner or later, a bunch of beat cops will arrive here on the scene. Make life different for you.
Ah, damn.
More rounds fired from their submachine gun. It's gonna hit the car, Unfortunately, it's 9mm that you're shooting, so there's basically, and it's low velocity 9mm on top of that. Remember, this gun was fabricated and originally designed in 1945. So there's going to be a lot of holes in the car door, and probably you're going to splinter the window, but it's not going to have much more of an effect than that. Talbot, you're up.
I'm opening Quispy.
What was that?
I'm opening fire, literally.
Okay. So there's gonna be a spurt. What do you call that? A burst of flame from your hairspray bottle as your Zippo lighter hairspray towards the general area where she was sitting, I guess. Roll a dexterity check. Let's see where we're gonna hit with this.
If I crit, does the car explode?
No.
Just standing next to the car. Why would you want that?
Exactly.
I want to go out in style, Fenton, okay? I'm supposed to die first. I have nothing nice planned for your funeral.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah!
That's gonna be some kind of hit. So when you are running up next to the vehicle here, I think you're gonna see... Oh yeah. We'll in fact have you roll sanity check as you're looking in through the window on the driver's side that Fenton just shot out with his bullets.
I'm used to ooey gooey. Let it burn.
Maybe. Let's see here, sanity. Good for you.
Oh, so fantastic.
Yes,
I shouldn't
you
say that.
are clearly used to the unnatural. Agent Zona, as you are looking in through this driver's seat and into, let's see, we have gasoline's, it's not gasoline, it's okay, something else. I'm gonna roll, why don't you roll a d6 for some kind of damage?
Oh no. That's something.
That was not amazing. You are looking in through this driver's seat and you can see this woman and she is literally dissolving and undulating before your very eyes. Her legs and arms, like she's floating into various cracks in the car.
She's a gooey!
No! I gotta burn the whole thing now!
And I guess you singe her hair a bit. Even as the hair is gonna slide into... It looks like she's going into the car's ventilation system.
Do it again.
It's in the walls!
Time to blow things up.
Fenton, keep shooting the damn car!
Stick the gun inside and just start unloading everywhere.
Put it in a compactor.
I think we're gonna do a thing here. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do a thing here. Because you're being very annoying, aren't you?
That's my whole personality.
You know what?
Don't make it your whole personality. Anyway.
You're right.
You know what to do, Talbot. Just add more fire. More fire fixes everything.
You're so right. So what was this thing? I'm sorry.
I was looking for... Here we go. There. Okay. Ah, look at that! Talbot!
I can't look at that. Pardon?
From somewhere inside the vehicle comes a long limb. Maybe it's an arm, a hand that just smacks against you, and
That's no good.
it's gonna give you 3 hit points of damage. Poof! As you're
Gonna have-
punched in the face by this really abnormally long
She's revealed herself.
skin-colored tentacle, for lack of a better
Ew.
word. And Fenton can see this, so Fenton gets to roll a sanity check.
Now, be honest. Is this punch the monster lady, or is this Mikael the storyteller?
You are apparently... You have a mind of steel, Fenton.
Yeah, I've been there, done that, saw that already. I did it to Morgan the other night.
What do you want to do, Fenton? As this tentacle slithers inside the car again.
Let's get next to Talbot and just unload into the car and see what the thing is.
Okay.
Your luck.
Full auto right into the vehicle. You can see this oscillating body that is disappearing into every crack of the vehicle.
And any bonus from point blank thing right next to Talbot? That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter in this case, apparently. Just absolutely
God,
and
it's-
full automatic, just spraying and praying, hoping that something will connect. Now we have our first cop car on the scene. The first St. Louis PD arrives. They're gonna just come to a screeching halt, and the officers are coming out. They're drawing their sidearms. They're ready to get involved here. So, Talbot, how are you gonna deal with this situation with a couple of cops and...
I would like to aim the crispy situation, the whole fireball, whatever you call it, in the vents and just let it rip.
Very well. It seems to be ripping, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know whose hairspray this is, but I'm gonna have to thank him.
That's- Oh, did you? Oh, there we go. No, you haven't rolled for your... Oh, you rolled now. Exactly. There we go. 12. That is an amazing hairspray. Well, it's not a critical success, but it is a success. Let's roll a d6. Let's see if... Yeah.
Please don't do
Ooh,
that.
nice. For you, there's gonna be the smell of burnt things inside, plastics, other burnable materials. It's smelly, and I don't know what the cops are gonna make of this.
Is the car on fire?
Some sort of
Parts of it
Fire.
on fire?
Hell yeah.
There, why don't we have you roll for a driving check and see if you can catch up with these guys? Because after all, you're
Okay.
trying, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, finally.
That was a success. Look at you. Okay, so I'm gonna have you on scene next turn together with more of St. Louis's finest.
Popo.
Okay. So what do we do with this? You don't know where she is at the moment. You're just setting the car on fire in general.
Yeah. I know
She's
she's in there.
somewhere inside, between various panels or things, maybe. Who knows?
This isn't what I'm telling the cops, right?
A car is filled with nice little hollow places where you can hide if you are, shall we say, not limited by a bone structure. The cops are going to fan out, and they have their sidearms out, and they're calling for backup. Code 3! Or whatever the code is for shots are being fired. One of them is definitely going to give Fenton a side eye for having a weird submachine gun that is definitely not regulation. But they're not going to bother with that this particular moment because they know you're FBI agents. I think. Or do they? Have they seen you? Let's roll a luck check, Fenton.
Fenton would have his blue FBI jacket on because they were going out specifically to intercept.
Yeah,
this guy.
that's fair. Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, so they know you're FBI agents. They're going to fan out to try to find a suspect and pin them down. There hasn't been any firing from the vehicle yet. Wait a minute. If I'm a cop and I'm coming into the scene and you're just firing your submachine gun absolutely insanely into the vehicle and someone is doing a improvised flamethrower for some very definitely not regulation reason, I'm probably going to be a very confused cop. So the first thing they do is just stand, they open their doors, passenger and driver's side, and just hold their guns at the black Taurus, aiming to try to cover you guys and just be backup. They're not going to approach the vehicle yet, though, because this is a very strange scene. They're definitely giving each other glances of what the heck is going on. But I don't think you're going to notice that, Fenton, because you're up next, and I think you have ammo for one more burst, and then it's going to be done. You have to exchange clips. There's only 30 bullets in there.
Where the cops are on scene, right?
Yeah, these cops are on scene, yes.
So Fenton, first off, is going to look over to them, put his arm up, and shout, "Keep back! Possible biological agent!"
Ah!
Ooh. Smart.
I'm going to give you a plus 20 on your persuade check.
Oh, God. Persuade.
It's a plus 20 because everything is confusing right now to these guys.
I believe in you.
That works.
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah, they are not approaching. They are providing backup, but they will report in the possible biological hazard.
Look, I'm saying in real life, if an FBI agent yells at me that there's a biological agent in the car, my first response is that, I should go check it out for myself.
No, that is not my first response. That is, you're absolutely true. If you had a hazmat suit on, that would have been an even better situation. But you don't.
Well, so...
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's my full turn? I can't do anything else?
No, you're just paying attention to these for now. So, one action per turn, right? One die roll per turn. Talbot, what are we doing?
I am keeping the fire going. Because it's so far working. And I'd hate for that party to stop now. And I really hope it doesn't.
How many turns could you... How much ammo is there in a hairspray bottle?
It's the 90s. This thing theoretically lasts months.
It'll burn a hole in the ozone layer before long, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, roll your dex. Oh, did you? Yes, you did. When I was looking away. But Talbot is our resident improvised weapons handler, isn't she? Roll another d6.
Burn, baby, burn!
Full 6.
There are all sorts of burned smells from inside the vehicle now, and upholstery is now going to start being on fire a little bit. Obviously, cars are built with fire-resistant materials to the extent that you can, so it's not going to be entirely easy to put things on fire, but I'm thinking that in some upholstery, you've probably burned away the top synthetic leather sheathing that is just coiled up on itself, and it smells awfully. There's so many bad gases here that you should definitely not be inhaling. Black smoke emerging from this place. Who knows? Maybe it smells of burnt suspect as well, but you wouldn't know because you don't feel the smell of burnt flesh, so that's an upshot. Alright, we have Blair and Morrigan on scene as well, and more cops! Yay! We have St. Louis' finest right here. They're all here now.
Yay.
Alright, yeah.
It doesn't
Soon
so
as
real.
soon as Bert's car pulls up, Morgan is going to burst out of this car and go running
No
towards
doubt.
the scene.
So, we're gonna have... Oh, did Talbot... No, he did the thing, yeah. So, Talbot kept shooting with the spray. Blair, you're just arriving on the scene. What are we gonna do here?
Given what Talbot is doing, I'm just gonna safely assume that it's whatever that's been targeting us.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna walk over with my gun out, but I'm assuming I can't see it because it's all hidden within the car, right?
Yeah, you can't see any creature or any suspect right now.
Okay. For now, I'm just gonna keep my gun aimed at the car.
That
Morgan's
makes
gonna shoot the
sense.
tires out. That's what she's gonna do. Shoot the tires.
All right. So Blair and Morrigan, you're keeping your sidearms aimed at the vehicle, or at least Blair is. Morrigan, what do you want to do as you're getting out of your vehicle? Are we charging?
I'm taking no chances. I'm shooting the back tire now.
All right. You know what? I'm going to allow you to do that. It's not going to be terribly hard. If you want to do it from a
Look.
distance and make it harder for yourself, you could, but...
No, I'm running. I'm making sure I'm in direct field view of the tires. No obstacles in the way. I'm shooting the tires out.
You have shot the tires out. Bam!
No way. There is no way. This guy's getting away this time.
The cops are surrounding the vehicle. You have the airship on top. You have there's the red and blue lights everywhere around you, and you got the vehicle surrounded. Fenton, what do you want to do?
What happened if we put fire in the gas tank?
Probably an explosion, I would think. Eventually, at least.
Do you really want to risk letting this thing go?
Fenton is going to ask Talbot, what would happen if we started a fire in the gas tank? Because this sounds like her whole spiel. As he's doing that, he's opening the gas tank.
Okay.
First of all, I like the way you think. Second of all, it'd be more of an explosion. But I like where your head's at. I guess throw a lighter in there and then book it.
I will say, Talbot, that by now the improvised flamethrower is definitely empty. You've been spraying for, what is it, 3 or 4, maybe 5 turns straight. So, sputter.
I'd like to yell at Fenton and Morrigan to get the fuck away from the car, because
How are you gonna open? Yeah.
a blow.
How are you opening the gas tank without the key, Fenton? I just realized.
This is the 90s. Gas tanks weren't really protected back then. You just open the hatch and screw it off. Screw the little cap thing and pull it off.
Right.
That's what I do on my
you're probably
car.
right. It's the 90s. Okay, Talbot, what do you want to do here?
I'd like to pull out my gun and run to where Fenton is.
Okay.
And again, order both of them to run.
Order the cops to run? Or
Everyone!
everyone run? Okay.
Yeah. Even maybe push him for good measure, I don't know.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, you're grabbing
I don't know.
Fenton and pulling him away from the vehicle. We've just opened the gas tank. There's nothing combustible in the gas tank at this moment.
No, I'm by the gas tank, and I'm kind of like telling him and pushing him. Run. Name your kid after me. Run.
Okay. I'm gonna have Talbot and... why don't everybody roll an alertness check?
Okie dokie.
Oh my god.
Am I gonna get blown up?
Everybody
You
is
will be if you don't
doing
go.
great with the alertness checks here, clearly.
Okay.
I'm the only one
Blair
that's
did
seated.
okay. Okay, Blair is the one who's gonna see it. Coming out at the sort of passenger side, the right, far side from all you guys, the right side, front side passenger side of the Ford Taurus. The wheel is some kind of oozing matter, which is distinctly skin colored, and it's just flopping out there on the grass and rolling
Step on
with
it.
big
Pierre.
undulating jelly-like substance that is moving away from the car and slowly taking the shape of a person. Blair, roll a sanity check, please.
Of course. Oh.
Everybody has way too high sanity for what is even going on here. Why? How many ups have we played here and you still... Anyway. Feeling that shot of adrenaline through your body, you are still in control of yourself. So, that's a good thing.
I
I
would
That's-
know.
It's there, and then
I'm
I'm gonna
thinking-
fire if I can.
You can absolutely fire.
Probably
Okay.
alert us too.
You get a minus 20
Yeah, I'm
because of the
saying-
difficult... There's some covered part of the vehicle. Maybe you can move a little bit, but there's still this grass and it's almost like prone. I would count it as prone.
Okay.
Blair, looking at this thing, because you succeeded with the alertness check, you were in the Groversville Town Hall, weren't you? Yeah. Yeah, remember those faces that were looking at you through that oozing substance?
Yes.
Yeah, if you mix that oozing substance with, like, skin, it's like a skin sack filled with the oozing substance, almost. It's, yeah, disconcerting, we could say. But you're going to put some bullets into it, and... no, you're not going to put some bullets into it, because you actually
I
missed.
missed.
Morrigan, you can definitely see what Blair is shooting at. What do you want to do?
I see that. I see that thing, and I see red. I'm shooting it.
All right, go ahead. You can let loose with a minus 20 for being prone, but I have a feeling you can hit it anyway, because this is Morrigan's hour, everybody. So if you go to your equipment tab and you right-click the Sig Sauer, the dice next to it, you will be able to put in your minus 20 modifier.
Okay, so it is what? You want me to put?
When you click on your equipment tab on the character sheet,
Yep.
you have your 6 because that's the
Oh,
pistol
yeah.
you're using, and you have 2 little d6s as a silhouette. You can right-click on those, and then you get the... there you go, exactly. Okay, that was a terrible roll.
Oh?
We're using the first roll, I'm afraid.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you double-click, that's how it goes. You're gonna pull the trigger, and you didn't add the modifier, but it's... yeah, doesn't matter. Several shots fired, bang, and that's a miss. You're gonna hit the ground, and as you're doing this, of course, you're gonna have 6 police officers who are basically fanning out. They're moving tactically. This is 1997. I don't know that tasers were developed yet or in use that much. When did tasers start getting used?
I think they were, because I remember my dad telling me that he had to get tased as part of training or something.
It was
Oh,
in the
oh yeah,
2000s,
guys
I
using
think.
taser type in the early 90s. Okay.
Oh yeah,
there
really
we are.
nice. Oh cool.
So yeah, they are in use. Now they're not gonna use the tasers at the moment, but they have access to them. They're gonna flank the vehicle on both sides, basically, as best as they can. And some of them are gonna see some stuff.
Oh no.
New Delta Green hires! Yay!
If A-Cell ever hears about this, they're gonna get grumpy. Because you're not supposed
They-
to show these things to the world. That's
They
what-
have new staff now. Why are they upset?
They're gonna think they're drunk anyway. Maybe they drank too much. Maybe they
Look
didn't
at these
sleep
cops. They're amazing at not all of them. Okay, so one of them is not gonna keep their cool at all.
Oh no.
And no, okay, 3 sanity points, not too much. There's gonna be screams like, "What the fuck is that? Jesus fucking Christ!" And I think
Fire weapon.
I don't know if they're actually gonna open fire because they're not sure of what they're seeing. They are gonna hold their guns to this thing though, and at this point, Fenton, I think we have a problem emerging. As a law enforcement officer, you're not supposed to shoot at people who are not shooting at you first.
But it's not fully in person form yet. It's still the kind of globulous sack, right?
Yes, it would be.
All right.
if I'm wrong. Sorry.
Before Fenton, since they all seem to have their actions at least prepared, before Fenton opens fire with the last of his SMG, he's just going to shout, "That's the agent! Let it neutralize it! Shoot it!"
The biological agent? Okay.
Yeah. They don't know what's going on.
No, they don't know what's going on. Okay, they're very confused.
We seem to know what's going on.
So Fenton is what, jumping up on top of the hood here to shoot at this thing?
No,
Or just
because he can
moving
see it. He can
around the
he can see
side?
it. Yeah, he can see it through the door, can't he?
Oh my god.
The open
We're
doors?
so bad at shooting things.
Fenton is definitely missing, whatever the case might be. Yeah, there's just bullet casings everywhere as you're emptying the mag at
Worse
a
than a Star
biological
Wars.
agent, which I'm sure no questions will be asked about at all in the inquiry afterwards. The worst part of this, Fenton, is the airship probably has all this on camera recorded.
Oh no.
It's a police airship,
Yes, it is.
Yay.
so
It's
We can
going to
deal
be
with
great.
that
I'm sure
next.
it's going to be great. Talbot, you have a chance to do something here. What do you want to do?
Shoot it.
Okay, go ahead. Shoot it.
Talbot, please don't fail us now.
Don't jinx it. You jinxed it! Come on! You're supposed to say you believe
Yeah,
in me.
that,
Oh,
that was
no.
jinxing it. There's so many bullets flying right now. And
Sorry.
in front of you, on the grass, lies a naked, butt naked, blonde woman who is not moving.
Do not be deceived by her looks.
Double tap!
Oh.
She's an agent of the crowds.
see, here's the. I guess I'll save this for later, but
Blair? Yeah, you can see everybody. Everybody has moved so that you don't have the black Taurus between yourself and the suspect. Can definitely see her. Yep.
So
What
I
do we want to
fire
do?
with my
She's just
pistol.
lying there, face down.
I'm just gonna fire.
Okay.
Is it still -20 or not anymore?
Absolutely a -20.
Okay.
She's lying down, so she has a little bit of cover. Not much, but a little bit.
That's about what I
Yikes.
expected.
Okay, this is gonna be a confusing situation because who is in charge of this situation? Like,
the FBI agents
okay,
who seem to know what's going on.
right.
Trusted us with the
Morrigan, do you
biological
want to have a
agent.
chance to shoot as well?
Okay. Morrigan is gonna take a look around and try to. You know what? Yeah, no. Morrigan's gonna shoot this thing. What? Who am I kidding?
I don't know. Who are you kidding?
Was gonna try to do some crowd control, but like. Morrigan, crowd control, not really.
Just kill them. Yeah.
Alright. Shooty, 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 6R. How do I. Do I add the -20 to this?
Yes, please. Unless you want to go up to point blank.
Oh, yeah, point blank in.
Okay. So you're gonna go up to this seemingly defenseless woman and shoot her in the face when she is seemingly... Okay, yeah, let's go.
That's gonna be.
You could lose your
Yeah.
badge for this, Morrigan.
And I miss. Hooray.
You miss! You're not losing your badge. You might still lose your badge, but at least you didn't hit her and you didn't execute her, executioner style. The cops will rush forward and handcuff her. Because
No.
of course they will.
Yeah,
It's procedure.
keep back. They were told to
What
keep
the-
back due to a possible biological agent, which has been identified as this, and 3 of them have seen it go from globally flesh sack into a woman.
Yes, that's fair. 3 of them have seen something really strange that they can't really parse in their heads right now. Maybe they were wrong. Maybe they didn't see. What did they see? The 3 of them who saw weird stuff are not doing anything. They're just standing there, watching the scene, sweating cold sweat. They're not shooting at the woman because they don't know what's going on, really. The other 3 who didn't see anything, they're gonna move up closer. They were told to stay back, so they're not gonna move too close. But they are gonna have a perfect view of how you're handling the situation, Fenton.
So he's going to shout again as he moves around the car to keep back. And
They're keeping back.
So here's what's going through my mind too, is it's not common knowledge, but in the police department, it's known that whatever happened inside of the colonel's place left some human bodies in a very weird, strange states that are not normal or natural. Like
The rumors
fused and
have
molded into
probably
shape.
been flying because there was a heavy police presence there, yes.
So, we have announced that, again, this is all, I'm kind of talking through how I'm thinking. We've announced that there's some kind of strange biological agent going on with this thing.
Yep.
So, clearly, this person is contaminated in some capacity and is extremely dangerous. And if it's even a person, this could be some kind of experimental weapon technology. They don't need to know. That's above their pay grade.
Perhaps it's a doll that looks like a person, like a
Oh no.
some kind of
So,
Yeah, why is
blow
it
up
naked?
doll. I'm on the subject of Daniel's interesting taste in the mansion.
Why is it naked and how did it show up? The car door didn't necessarily open? Did you see it exit the car?
No, you,
How would it-
Highly
how it works?
advanced.
you have no idea how it got up. Blair was the only one who saw how
Transport.
the thing
So the police just
just
police
floated
just,
out
like,
from the wheel
this naked
floated
woman
out
is
on the
already
glass.
crazy enough.
so naked woman's just laying there, right?
Yep,
she's
she's
not
a naked woman
moving.
lying there.
She's not moving or anything.
She's not moving or anything.
Okay. So move around the vehicle. And then I am going to call for the officers to keep a scene established around here. Cordon this area
Set up
off.
the
Nobody
perimeter.
comes
Yeah,
close.
They're gonna block off traffic. They're gonna start doing the perimeter thing. That's a thing they know how
And then-
to do, and it makes sense to them, right?
I'm going to yell, it is imperative that we get one of those plastic barrels they use to transport acid. The ones that get sealed up tight and nothing can leak out of them. And this is officially a crime scene. And we are going to stand here and we are going to stare at this naked alien lady and make sure she doesn't try to run away or do anything sketchy. And we are
If
not
she
going to...
moves, I will shoot.
Yeah, so weapons aimed at her. Is she going to move after a few moments if it's all just standing around her?
I'd say no.
Okay.
Good.
So I will speak with somebody in charge and just telling them the very bare minimum. They don't need to know too much information. This is, again, a biological agent involved in
Damn
what
right.
happened back at the colonel's place. And it needs to be transported in a very specific way. It is very contaminated to the touch. Be very careful. We know we have equipments. We have been trained on how to handle this thing, and just keep a scene secured and keep back and get me my container.
We can
And-
call Gaston.
A big armored
Wait.
car, preferably.
How many people still have eyes on the original vehicle? Because how do you know there isn't more than one of those things in there?
You don't.
We only saw the one in the driver's seat, but it's possible something was already
Yeah,
living
but
inside
there
of it.
could be more hiding in there.
But you're right. You're 100% right. Something could have been
They're
hiding
really
there before
good
we
at
saw it.
hiding.
You guys can do that. I'll keep my eye on this one.
Yeah. So now it's just a waiting game.
Now it's a waiting game, apparently. Yeah. If we are code 4, as it were, so then maybe the airship isn't needed anymore. But yeah, traffic is blocked, which is really annoying for civilians, which also draws some attention. I'm sure sooner or later the news vans are going to get here. But Talbot said something about contacting Gaston.
Yeah, I figured we should call him instead of just some random higher up saying, by the way, can we have all these things? Don't ask questions. Bye!
To play up the whole that this thing's contaminated, we can borrow some protective gear from the fire department.
I'm not doubting your abilities. I'm just saying that maybe a friendly might...
No, yeah, go ahead, call. I agree with you, call him. I'm saying the storyteller to also play up the whole this is a contaminated body thing. We'll borrow some chemical or some hazmat gear from fire department, have them keep back, because again, we've been trained on how to handle this.
You know,
they don't need to ask questions, and they don't need to know.
Gaston is certainly picking up on the
is
other
it like
side.
are you gonna spin it like, what, was there like a terrorist in the car trying to like spread contaminants or something?
Yeah, it's a weapon.
We're spinning
but
it hard.
the public doesn't need to know anything right now. Neither is local PD. We can figure that part out later once we have this thing secured.
Yeah.
All PD needs to know is that the scene is very dangerous, to keep back and do as we say.
What are we doing about the news chopper?
Wave at it.
It's gonna get an amazing view of a butt-naked woman lying in the grass.
Before it could arrive, I'm assuming we'd have jackets and tarps and stuff before it could arrive, or even a body bag in one of the vehicles.
That makes sense, yeah.
So we're gonna cover this thing so it can't see what's laying in the grass.
Very well.
But then we can't see it!
That's also important.
We can put it in the body bag and zip it up.
You can, yeah.
I'll be careful while touching it. It might try to kill you.
We will be careful while touching it, in case it tries to kill us. If it does try to attack us, then you can shoot it. And now you're not shooting a defensive naked woman. You're shooting a crazy naked woman. Arguably better.
Body bag. Gaston is on the phone. Are you calling him out as well, Talbot, or just informing him on what's going on?
Informing him that this is the situation and we need all of this stuff now.
Yeah, he picks up on the other side, and I mean, he's probably heard the chatter over the radio. He's basically just asking what you need to... What is the situation over there? Do you have a suspect? Biological agent? What's going on there? What do I need to know?
We have a biological agent, and we need one of those secure acid containers, hazmat equipment from the fire department, and an armored car. Is that an extra depends on what you sell? Do we need anything else?
Yep, he's gonna supply you with everything. It might take a little while but he's gonna do it as quickly as he possibly can, because clearly if it's a biological agent, we don't want it to get out there and contaminate civilians.
Not at all.
So
Not this guy.
body bag, armored car. It's gonna come out there. You're gonna get the barrel. What are we doing next?
Once we secure it in a barrel, we put it in the back of the armored car. We get in the back of the armored car. We go to the nearest deserts and we set everything on fire. Preferably the napalm strike from the napalm strike from the Air Force.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
I would like to unleash a few shots into the pyre to relieve some stress.
Can Gaston
that
get us an
makes
actual
utter and complete
flamethrower?
Oh my
sense.
god.
When you're gonna see the press, obviously, because by the time the armored car comes around, you're definitely gonna see the news vans that are pulling up and its extensive coverage, and they're gonna ask the local police if they have any comments. But there is a perimeter. The cops will keep them away from you, so everybody's filing into the armored car. Who's driving the armored car? With the biohazard
AI?
barrel, and the body bag. How are you folding a body bag into a biohazard barrel?
We have to fold
With
it
a
that
lot of
much.
force.
Those barrels are pretty big. You could fit a person in it.
You can. Okay, yeah, we're working on that. And gee, I think your suspect has a problem.
Yeah, she's not the only one.
Got a
Is-
broken nose. We've all got problems.
Is Gaston on scene with us?
He can be. I think he's probably gonna just pull down there to take charge of the scene to
That-
help you out in various fashions.
I just want to say to Gaston, point out the police helicopter that's been very helpful, and let him know that all the footage on the helicopter needs to be secured.
Yep, that makes sense.
Whatever he has to do it, but that footage needs to be locked down and secured.
Can I ask for high-grade explosives and a 6-pack of beer?
Oh no.
I have plans for this thing, okay?
You do, don't you?
I do.
Oh man.
Oh wow. Okay, so we have the whole Z cell in an armored car. I'm guessing, because or are we going armored car and follow vehicle?
I think we
Unless
should
that follow vehicle is also Z-Cell, I don't think we should do that.
Yeah, let's just
Was
all
that-
keep the one.
I didn't quite catch that.
She said unless that armored car is Z-Cell, she does not think so.
Oh, okay.
So let's all just hang out on the back.
Well,
Let's-
there is no desert around St. Louis, and yeah, that's
Or
a problem.
farmland?
No.
That's not the
That's
only
okay.
problem you have, because the news helicopter is definitely very interested in following you around.
Oh my
How are
gosh.
you gonna exactly get away from it? I see you're gonna drive out of St. Louis apparently instead of going to the FBI headquarters, and of course
Yes.
the news reporting on this as you're going.
Gaston, buddy, my friend, my pal, my amigo, my brother in life. Does the FBI headquarters have an underground garage?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
garage
Can
have
you
smoking?
make sure that garage is locked down and completely empty for us, please?
Sure.
Ready yet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. Other question. Where's the nearest gas station?
Are we doing a get-go run?
We're going to fill up some those little red jugs of gas, and we're just going to fill up the barrel with gasoline in the garage in the back of an armored car and light it on fire. And if anything tries to get out, then we're going to shoot the fuck out of it.
And you want to do this in a garage?
What
And-
are we gonna
and
go
we're gonna-
have some big gulps afterward?
We are going to do this in a secured FBI garage where nobody will be around. We'll be underground, and then the fire probably won't burn down the garage.
Yeah, then after that we can all get drinks.
And after that, you
Oh,
can
I
all
just-
get drinks. That sounds like a plan
yeah,
at the very least.
Good plan, great plan. Let's do this, team.
It's a
There is
great
no
plan.
combination better than high explosives and alcohol.
Oh wait, Blair should try to take a sample from this thing and get it studied or something. I don't know.
Blair, do you feel comfortable trying to take a sample from this thing?
I don't feel comfortable with Blair.
Regenerate, because what if we take a sample and it just grows?
I don't
I think
feel
you should
comfortable.
Offer you this. Maybe you could try from the remains after that thing is set on fire and destroyed.
Yeah, we'll see what happens after. See what remains is left.
All right, storyteller, we've given you a plan. Let's see it come to fruition.
Right. Okay, we're going into the garage. Oh, I see.
Yep.
We're going into a garage underneath the FBI building, and you have now provided yourself away from prying eyes, importantly, clearly. And you've provided yourself with jerry can of gasoline.
Several jerry cans of gasoline.
Multiple jerry cans of gasoline.
As the demolitions person here, I'm not taking any chances.
Multiple
This
jerry
bonfire
cans of
party
gasoline.
is gonna be lit.
Yeah. They're gonna have to like rebuild the interior of that garage by the time we're over.
Realistically, no. If we keep it contained within the armored car, which most of it will, it's not gonna burn the whole garage down. It's basically gonna be a barrel fire with a fucking supernatural gooey thing inside of it.
Hold on. Is there a ceramic store nearby?
I guess?
Is there a kiln in there that we can commandeer?
Oh, what?
A kiln.
Oh no.
It's downtown St. Louis. There has to be a ceramic store somewhere.
Those
Oh.
things get hot enough to cremate a body. I would like to shove this thing in there.
Oh, we put
An
it in
oven
the
for
oven.
cremating a body exists in the basement of the St. Louis General Hospital. You don't have to commandeer a kiln for that.
We should just burn it because those
It's the
have
most fun
vents.
option, though.
Let's just do with the car thing. The car doesn't have a vent. Let's go.
Alright, and then if anything crawls out of the barrel once the fire gets going, we just shoot the living shit out of it.
Yep.
No,
So
we
it
shoot
sounds
it
good.
while it's on fire.
Did we refill the
So
SMG?
it doesn't get the chance.
The SMG is definitely refilled. It's very simple. You just
Cool.
exchange one clip for another.
My only concern with that, Morrigan, would be if we start shooting holes in the bag and the barrel, then the thing might be able to start slipping out through those holes. So if it's trapped and just starts burning a lot, or whatever the fuck it's considered, then we're good.
What if we just set the can on fire and then seal the car up? So even if it does get out, it's also got to get out of the armored, sealed car.
Because I want to make sure I can see the thing not get out.
Okay, fair. Do we have like heat suits, or are we just going in there
Yeah, we'll just
sweaty?
stand outside the back, yeah.
Okay,
It's basically just a barrel fire in the back of an armored vehicle.
with a bunch of gasoline.
It's not just a fire.
You know
It's
what,
also a contained
Talbot?
fire.
This is your hour, isn't it? Why don't you roll a demolitions check here? Not because we're actually exploding anything here, but we're handling flammables in a safe manner for you guys.
That's Talbot.
I want this thing obliterated, and I don't know how. Douse it in gasoline and burn it.
Clearly, it was supposed to be Talbot's hour, but
You're supposed to say you believe in me.
I
Say
believe
Morrigan,
that to
you.
Fenton.
Morrigan has some
I-
demolitions too. Why don't you try, as you're observing Talbot working on this in a secluded corner of the FBI garage, where you are processing sensitive biohazard materials.
Okay.
For some reason, because you're doing it for some reason instead of the CDC. That's
So you want me to roll demolition?
Gaston is gonna have. Oh my god, poor Gaston. When he writes all this up, he's risking losing his job just to help you guys. You owe him so much right now. Roll demolitions, please, Morrigan. It's on your main tab.
All right.
All Gaston
Well,
has to say is that it's some type of weapon or whatever. CDC doesn't have anything to do with this.
You did say biohazard.
It's a biohazard, but that
You've been
doesn't
screaming
automatically
very
make it's
loudly
not.
biohazard, and biohazard is under the federal jurisdiction of the CDC, so they will definitely want to get involved. On the other hand,
No.
they don't know that you screamed biohazard. Only the local cops know. And the
Just-
feds. So
just
maybe
because
you
something
didn't
that-
scream it because people don't have body cameras yet.
FBI has a bioterrorism team, and they handle biohazardous terrorist materials, especially when it comes to weapons. and stuff.
Why
He's
are you having to correct me like this? Anyway,
Because I don't want Gaston to lose his job. He's a pro.
this is fair. Anthrax and powders and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, I think you're gonna. It's much easier to be an FBI agent in 1997 than in 2025 when everybody
That's
has
for sure.
a cell phone camera and body cameras that capture the sounds, and you guys are gonna be like, it was much better in the olden days, wasn't it?
That's for sure.
When we didn't have to worry about all these intrusive, we could just cover it up with some paperwork. Fenton, Morrigan is the one who is going to go, no, Talbot, you can't handle gasoline like that. You're spilling it all over the place. Let me do it. And just applying properly the faucet, and then, I don't know, maybe you're just using a drill bit to drill into the biohazard barrel, like the smallest possible hole, and then immediately poke in the faucet and just fill it up with gasoline and put it on fire. And okay, we are. Well, she's stuck in the body bag, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, in the barrel.
That's in the fire.
Double sealed.
It's
In the truck.
in the
the
car.
truck,
It's in
yeah.
the garage.
Double sealed.
Okay, I'm gonna count this as gasoline. Let's go ahead here. Because it's literally gasoline. That's literally what we're using here, isn't it? So, let's go here with... It's not actually Talbot doing the thing, is it? Or yeah, because Talbot has
No,
been
I'm-
trying... You failed with your demolition check and you've been replaced.
I'm waiting to use my firearm. I'm waiting.
You are, yeah.
I'll give her the SMG back.
So we have filled up the thing with gasoline as much as we can. We're lighting popping the light in. It's gonna go whoosh and be on fire. And Talbot, you're waiting for this thing to emerge from there. And needless to say, this suspect is not gonna be very pleased by the fact that it's suddenly enveloped by fire.
Since I don't want to give it a greater chance for escape, I'd like to take the aim action this turn.
That makes sense. I'm gonna say, let's see. It's... How much damage might this do to the thing? Roll
All of it.
2d6, Morrigan, because you're the one who succeeds with the demolitions check.
All right.
You got this, Morrigan.
Believe
Burn
in
that
you.
motherfucker.
Rolling.
Whew.
8.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Out of the bag, not surprisingly, because the bag is literally being dissolved by the fire right now, comes a limb from this thing, and it's gonna try to hit whoever is close by. It's gonna be a limb with an eye attached. It's like a piece of the forehead, just the eye and something else. Talbot, feel free to shoot it. You're gonna have a -20 because it's small.
She's AFK.
Yeah.
Oh no! But she also aimed, so that's gonna compensate for it. Why are you AFK now, Talbot?
Oh, but.
I'll
Oh,
keep
no,
that.
we didn't.
She unmuted herself.
Sorry, did not know I would be so soon. I'm back.
Roll, shoot!
Firearms?
No bonuses
firearms.
this time because it's small and fast moving, but you have aimed, so that's a hit. Roll to damage.
Doesn't her SMG have lethality?
Was that? Oh yeah.
Doesn't her SMG have lethality? How does that trigger?
You roll the when you wait. Does it have a lethality? I think it does. Why don't I
I
have
gave her the
SMG
SMG
on your
back.
sheet? I don't have the SMG on your sheet for some reason.
Yeah.
There. Now there's an SMG. Oh, so it doesn't have lethality.
Really?
9 mil.
Lame.
So, you're hitting it. Talbot, feel free to roll a damage check then on this tentacle coming out of the burning inferno inside. Also, everybody roll a sanity check as you see this, because...
The SMG is D10, D8? What is it?
Are you rolling the SMG now?
Am I? I thought I was.
I don't know who was
We talked-
holding the SMG.
We talked about putting it back.
Yeah, we give it back to Talbot. I said
Oh,
before
okay.
we burned the thing, I could give...
I'll give you the SMG then.
Oh, failed the sanity check.
Oh no.
Oh, sanity. My bad.
It's fine. Okay.
Seems I'm the only one who failed the sanity check. I think.
Nah, everybody except for Morrigan seemed to pass it. Because we have nerves of steel around here, don't we? Morrigan,
Morrigan
I'm
is
afraid
totally-
you're gonna have to roll a d8 for me.
Gotcha. Rolling. 3.
Good for you. You do not actually lose your mind at this point. It's scary. This thing comes out. It is just... You've seen it before, but you just can't get used to the undulating shape of this thing. Skin-colored tentacle
It's gross.
tube that is trying to get out there, and I'm gonna give it a bit of a negative because it doesn't exactly know where you guys are as it's trying to get out, but it's gonna try to hit one of you. I'm just gonna roll a random d4, and it's gonna attack Blair, apparently.
Of course.
Yeah, that's not... Why is it doing that? Okay. That is definitely gonna be... What did I roll on this? 4 hit points, Blair.
4.
It just
Oh.
punches you so hard in the face as it comes out. And just, yeah, a hard strike. And the rest of this thing is just trying to snake its way out of the burning barrel. But it's burning and on fire and everything. Blair, what do you want to do?
Hitting it. Hit me.
Yeah, it punched you in the face. Oof, your
Okay,
nose.
yeah, shoot back.
Do you have
Your nose
a
bleeds.
knife? Don't cut it.
What you want to do, Blair?
Is there any penalties?
Minus 20 for it being just not shaped as it should be.
Okay.
Imagine, if you will, fighting a very fast-moving,
That's what I expected.
human skin-colored boa constrictor.
Oh.
You're just firing in the general direction, and bullets are gonna go bang into the armored car.
Get punched in the face.
You
so-
did just get punched in the face. Morrigan, do you want to shoot it too?
I'll try.
I bet you will.
Do, 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 do. Time to shoot it with 6 RP28.
That's a hit. Roll
Yeah.
damage.
Okie dokie. That's a 4.
It is indeed.
I did something.
You did something.
20
Fenton? What are you
20
doing?
damage so far.
I too am going to shoot it, and then I'm going to back up and mention to the others that maybe we should back up out of the swiping thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I
There's
have about
going
a
to be
teaspoon of Old Bay?
so much noise down here as you're firing your guns. But it's a good thing Gaston has set everything up for you properly, isn't it?
Ooh.
How much do we love Gaston right now?
We love Gaston. We're gonna take him out for beer later.
Take him-
Probably
take
give
him-
him a break.
You better.
Take him to Applebee's.
You
Gonna get
better.
rid of all of his enemies.
There it is. Sorry, I could not find firearms.
We're gonna set him up on a nice date.
God.
Why do you only have a 28 in firearms?
Because I have a minus 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talbot, what do you want to
Yeah.
do? Shoot it too?
Shoot it and back up.
Shoot it and back up.
Damn, minus 20, man.
Lots of bullets are flying in the general direction of this thing. Morrigan, feel free to roll another 2d6 because this thing is, in fact...
Okay.
Wait a minute. No, it's a d6. Wait, d6.
Okie dokie. Two?
Oh my. Okay. This thing is going to run like hell for... So it's... or
Did
I'm
you
not gonna
remember
say
to close the door?
It's... Oh, are you all inside the armored car?
We're just outside of it.
Yeah, okay. So it's trying to burst out of the armored car. It's moving out towards you, and it's gonna try to basically just get away at this point. It's on fire. It's cartwheeling its nebulous form. It's a really long tentacle, but it's going to be a bigger thing now because, of course, with the burning inside the barrel, the actual lid of the barrel is melting. But this thing is also burning, and the arms and legs, it's trying to half shape itself into some kind of humanoid form again. But yeah, it's definitely going to try to make its escape towards the closest sewer grid it can possibly find, because all of these buildings have to have runoff systems for water and such. It's
Did we
heading
seal the
towards
garage?
such.
Sorry. I'm just asking, did we seal the garage before we did this?
Should have it locked down, but that'll just keep people out.
I'm assuming that we have placed the the truck as far away, because you talked about not letting it get into the sewers before. So I'm assuming we're going to place it as far away as possible from such a thing. It's going to snake its way between you. So if you're standing in this sort of blocking formation, it's going to try to just snake its way between you, and
Can I
it's
step
incredibly
on it?
agile.
Oh, can't step on it.
And it's just basically rolling, floating, undulating between all of you, and sending out tendrils and these eye stalks looking to get away from here, because you guys are being nasty. So, Blair, what do you want to do?
What I'm hearing is no more aim penalties.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire again. And I guess just a normal roll now?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is enough mass for it now.
Kill it, Blair.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Blair!
Critical success. That is
How much of a roll is that?
double damage.
Obliterate it.
Roll.
You got this. Kill the motherfucker.
So I just roll it twice?
No, you just roll it and double the number you roll.
Oh, okay.
Which in this case is a 10.
Oh! Oh my god!
Well,
40 damage so far.
Oh my
you remember the thing in the Groversville Town Hall when you were shooting at it, and nothing much happened when the bullets went into the body. It just bullets ripping into, I guess you hitting one of the eye stalks and it just explodes because it's a critical success. But there's another eye stalk there, and it's getting awfully close to one of these sewer grids. Morrigan?
Yeah.
I can tell you also, there is in fact no blood on the scene. It does not bleed as such.
There's something like to probably bullet. But I want to shoot it. Yeah.
Did you want to try to shoot it again, or what are we doing here, Morrigan?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
Then
That's another hit. Bullets impacting into this shapeless thing.
the damage.
If any of you have watched The Thing, I think you can picture just how wrong this is.
Weird, gross blood.
Fenton.
I'll find exact my revenge on you today.
So the bullets aren't really affecting it?
No, not much. The bullets are going into the body, but the body just kind of reshapes.
Alright, I want to tackle it.
You're gonna tackle it?
Yep.
Okay.
What a turtle.
Yep.
How
This
are you
is gonna
gonna
hurt.
tackle
I mean,
this
the fire
shapeless
seemed
thing
to
that
be
just...
working. It didn't like it.
Dude,
Probably
dude,
more
calm
fire.
down.
Problem. We need more fire. I
We
think
don't
that's-
have fire.
The fire is in the barrel,
mean-
and this thing is
Fire
definitely
fucking red.
escaping from
And
the
throw it
barrel.
at
But
me.
you can see some flames. Some of the gasoline is sticking to this thing and still burning on it.
My only thought is to try and hold it long enough for the fire to finish.
That makes sense.
And
Okay,
burn myself at the same time.
why don't we do an unarmed combat here? But I'm gonna give you a minus how much for this thing being weird and not really grapply, as it were. Because let's face it, it's really weird, isn't it? You're trying to grapple something that is semi-liquid, which I might feel very disturbing.
Honest,
So how about a minus 20?
yo, imagine if the right way to go about
Nah,
this
not gonna work.
was like to do the spider trick where you put a cup on it and just.
I didn't quite catch that. Fenton, you are trying to grab, just throwing yourself against this body, and it is slipping through your fingers and your grip, just like trying to catch a slippery eel, except it's not that slippery, but it's just moving away. The parts, when you get a grip on any part of it, so you can hold on to it, and it feels like holding on to skin, but underneath the skin, there's just jelly. There's no bones, no ligaments, no muscles to hold on to. It's just moving all the rest of its mass away from you, and trying to keep a grip on that is just not what you have trained for.
Should have thrown more fire.
Talbot?
Also block the. Block.
Seeing as Fenton has decided to take the worst possible course of action and throw himself onto the burning jelly mass, I'd like to pull a crystal out of my pocket and yell, "This is what you came for, isn't it, motherfucker? Come and get it!"
Where are you You're gonna... Oh, you're just holding it in front of her?
I'm holding it like in my hand.
Why am I calling it
where
her? I don't know.
where I'm standing, because it's trying to get away,
It's definitely
and
trying to get away.
and it's focused on Fenton, I think. So just
Yeah.
two don't hurt my friends, hurt me instead. Basically what I'm
Right.
doing.
Oh no.
I am dying
Self-sacrifice,
first.
Yeah, it's highly appreciated, I think, by some. Do
Oh, no,
Why don't you roll a persuade with a -20? Let's see if you're able to distract it.
Do I get a bonus for holding the crystal that it clearly wants very
Nope.
much? Aw.
You get to roll because you're holding the crystal.
Oh. Wait, was it -20? Sorry, I forgot.
It's yeah, it's a -20, but with a -20, it's still a success, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay, so one of the eye stalk that is remaining is fixating on you, and the entire creature is stopping for a moment, apparently no longer in self-preservation mode, as it sees you. I want to have Morrigan roll another d6, please.
Okay.
This would be an amazing time for Stephen Elsis to come in, I'm just saying.
6.
And as it shudders to a stop, the fire is on its body is still burning, and you can see how the body is actually disintegrating, and literally the skin is just rupturing into some kind of, first it's translucent jelly, and then it's looks more like just slime, and then it splashes down across the parking garage, burning, and you can see the eye stalk just collapsing down into the middle of this mess that is left. And I want Blair to roll a medicine check.
Did we actually kill something, guys?
Oh, thank God, I thought I was dead.
I killed my first guy. Oof.
You can't make heads or tails of what remains on the floor here. It's not moving at all. It's just inert, completely inert.
Now we're presumably all just standing in a circle staring at this. Fence will just suggest, should we pour some more gasoline on it?
And then go out for drinks? Yeah.
A bit more gasoline
So
first.
Blair, I think now's the time you take some samples.
Yeah, I'll take a sample and then we can pour more gasoline.
Take the samples.
Scraping up. Are you actually going to take a sample? Maybe. You don't know. Yeah, okay. You're taking a sample.
Maybe there are things,
There's probably
man.
more of these things, and
No.
we probably need to know how to kill them more efficiently next.
I prefer we just kill the thing straight out, but Blair, if you want to take a sample, take a sample.
Yeah, just a small one.
Very well. Standing orders from Acel is destroy everything unnatural. You're taking a sample. Let's see if Acel finds out.
Well, we can destroy it after.
Yeah.
Of course,
We
you
need to
can
know
always destroy
We
it
just
after.
form these things and
Yes.
how to get rid of them.
Which, let's actually discuss this. Blair, what are you intending to do with this? Are you taking Are you intending to research it?
I just want to see if anything comes up. I don't think I'm going to put too much work into it. If nothing really comes up, then I'm just going to burn it.
Are we looking to tell Acel that we examined it and then destroyed it? Or are you trying to keep it secret from it? What are your intentions?
I'm fine with telling them that I examined it. Well, that I'm going to examine it and then burn it.
Cool.
I'm not going to try to keep anything hidden from Acel.
Yeah, and at this point, we're still the team in the field on the case.
You are.
And let's be honest, what's Acel really gonna lose by us studying it?
I mean, if something new comes up, then it's going to be helpful to Acel. If nothing does, then it's just destroyed anyway right after.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Very well. We are in a parking garage, mid-afternoon, and as I recall it was actually not a Sunday, it was a Thursday, but for some reason my calendar skipped right ahead to Sunday for no good reason. No, it's a Wednesday, isn't it? And it's the first of the month, which means that you have the meeting tonight, the Enlosis meeting tonight.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Forgot about that.
And you have Angel O'Rourke the connection to Ronald Valiant.
She's not going anywhere.
Did you remind me? Did you do a search on Ronald Valiant in the federal databases?
I think we
I
did.
don't remember. I'd imagine we would, but I do not remember.
Yeah, I think we did.
I
We were just
don't
waiting
remember
for
either.
something to come up.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay,
We did.
so let's. I mean, since we're taking a breath here. Like, all four in Z Cell are just leaning against each other, and the sweat on your brow, and you're all gonna need a shower after this. I'm pretty sure. It smells of. There's that biohazard barrel that is slowly
No,
melting in the fire inside the armored truck. There's the mess on the floor that you're on the floor of the garage. That
It's
you're gonna
probably
have
all
to,
over Fenton too, because he literally dogpiled on that thing.
Yeah, I think we're all leaning against each other except Fenton.
It's covered in ooey gooey.
Yeah, he is a bit covered in the.
I'll take my blue FBI jacket off and add it to the burn pile.
That makes sense. Yeah. So we're gonna spend a little while here in the garage just mopping up, are we?
Yes.
It's a strange word for continuing to burn.
There's a slimy trail and white tendrils on the floor of the garage. Like,
Yeah,
on
I think if everyone-
like stretches for a couple of meters.
If everyone's in
That
agreement,
work on these things, and that we must always use fire and probably explosives.
Now that you're working more closely on, and you can see the stuff more close up, Blair, that white stuff lying on the ground in tendrils looks disturbingly much a nervous system, like the filaments where, like, like in a human, we have nerves that stretch right through our body, right? They're contained within a white substance that are protecting them, and this looks very much like that.
Oh.
Ick.
Okay then.
Oh.
guys, we killed something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
we
we need a
did.
drink to celebrate and to forget.
I need coffee. I need like 20 coffee.
Alright, now we take the armored car and we drive it through the storefronts of the creepy crystal place for the meetings.
While you do that, I'm gonna head back to the hotel to grab all of our alcohol/coffee and bring it to you.
Oh.
Discussion.
The Enlosis meeting is not happening yet for a while. It's a few hours left.
If we do, are we still planning to try and spy on that?
Because you said something about going to that, but I don't know if that's what you. So it's happening at 7, and right now it's more like 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think originally we were going to try and spy on it.
I think what we need to ask ourselves is our job to stop the ooey gooey or to find out why the ooey gooey?
Here's the thing, we don't know if that's the only one.
Yeah.
There's probably
right.
one.
Yeah.
Always
Let's watch that.
Your mission is to investigate why the explosion in Daniels' residence. What was the source of that? Eliminate and remove any supernatural threat from
So it's a
I
bit both.
completely
this worldly
forgot the
plane.
whole sex magic angle of all this.
Yeah.
It's weird to think we started with sex magic and
It's not really good.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
It's got tentacles.
We need to go to the sex magic cult and
It's probably
find out what this is about.
It turned into a naked woman.
it also turned into a bellhop at one point. It was clothed.
Yeah. And when we went back to the bellhop to check on the actual bellhop, we saw him. We caught him in the middle of having coitus with some other with some lady.
Yes. This operation is weirdly obsessed with sexual intercourse. We understand.
You're gonna have a file for Valiant to read.
Oh yeah, he smashed that lady's head into a wall, too. So that's a whole thing.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Well, do we know that? That he has the right blood type, so that much is true. Mother
minutes
Catherine
blood type?
Valiant, father unknown. He has a juvenile record. He was in the Marine Corps. He was. Oh yeah, we went through this last time. Rumors have it that he might have been involved as a private contractor in Nicaragua in the late 80s. He was definitely involved with St. Louis PD as a drug dealer. This is how you got the connection to Angel O'Rourke. One of his other known associates was Neil Beagley, the pimp, and he is at large, suspected of murdering a drug dealer a competing drug dealer by setting his body on fire with gasoline. And his whereabouts are currently unknown. The picture in his file, Talbot, does not match the face that you saw in your strange vision at all.
So, hold on. He supposedly went missing after he murdered this guy. But then he's still in the good graces of the Colonel, because he gives him the book with that note in it in the early 90s. And his appearance has suddenly changed. I don't think the Ronald Valiant we're looking for is the same Ronald Valiant that killed a drug dealer.
You think Ronald Valiant that we were looking for was Ooey Gooey?
Because if they don't look the same, surely the Colonel would have noticed if his longtime friend was replaced by a dollar store looking version of him. Like, at the party, he didn't seem surprised by the fact that his friend suddenly looked different.
I'm sorry, I just got back. What are we discussing?
We're discussing how long the Ooey Gooey has been Ronald Valiant. Like, where in this file does the Ronald Valiant human become Ronald Valiant the Ooey Gooey?
Do we know that Ooey Gooey was Ronald?
We're fairly sure.
Okay.
Because the thing was known to shapeshift, and the Ronald Valiant at the party looked way different from the Ronald Valiant whose photo is in this file, which implies that they never actually met.
So the picture in the file and what was the other party are different? Okay.
This thing likely didn't meet Ronald and just copied his appearance from photos and whatnot.
How stable was the Colonel? He was into sex magic. That's not normally something you gave a stable mind.
Do you think
No
I'm
offense to-
unstable?
Are you actively doing sex magic?
I don't know, am I?
I don't know. I love the question you answer now.
Right now I am fully clothed and not doing anything suspicious. But you're the occult guy, and apparently hypergeometry is just dance moves.
Also, the question is whether or not you're stable. For the sake of our friendship, I choose not to answer.
Talbot, I would
Fair.
like you to roll an intelligence check for me, please.
Ooh, yay. Ooh, yay.
Look at that.
Nice. Smartest cookie on the team.
Yes, and you know it.
I think you are smarter than me. Yeah, you definitely are. I don't know,
So
so she might be.
Oh no, I have a 75 as well.
Man,
Still
Very
smarter than
smart.
Fenton.
that's right. Everyone is. Except maybe Morrigan. No offense.
None taken.
You can kick my ass with your eyes closed.
Oh,
Not-
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, I do know his face. Holy shit. I do know his face. Remember when we were looking into the leader of Enlosis?
Yeah.
Doug, what's his name? Doug Walters, I think? Yeah. That's him.
You saw a poster on the wall at Enlosis,
Yeah.
the office.
Yeah, that's him.
There were two gentlemen in that poster, and one of them has blonde hair.
That's him.
Dang.
So,
Doug Walters isn't dead. We thought he was murdered. He isn't. He's alive. Or he was until we crispied him, but...
so we know for sure this ooey gooey thing was Doug Walter.
Certain at this point, yeah. Maybe we should go to a Enlosis meeting, see if they figured out that their supreme leader has been barbecued.
Because I was gonna say, if we have a genuine reason to believe he's alive and at the meeting, and we have enough to connect him to what happened to the... I can't... now, but we could probably get justification to raid the...
True.
Yeah, we could. Let's do it.
This sounds like paperwork.
Delicious paperwork.
Luke, I used to love paperwork.
All right, we want to have, let's see now, we want to have a warrant to access, let's see now. You want to have a warrant to enter the Enlosis premises, right?
Yeah, to raid the Enlosis premises, and yeah.
So just to be aware, this is going to elicit an official review because that's how that's going to work. And I think it's going to be a standard situation here as far as... It's not, like, weird that you're... Let's see. How do you officially link Ronald Valiant to Doug Walters?
Well, that's my question I'm trying to figure out, too, is... What evidence have we? Do we have anything or to Ronald Valiant?
The photo of Ron in the file looks like Doug Walters.
And it's like a close, obvious connection?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Absolutely, positively sure. Like, it's like God told me.
That is not going to hold up in court.
Obviously, I'm not saying God told me in court, but I'm telling Fenton, God told me. Or
It's got...
whoever is up there told me.
Are you remembering this from your vision, Talbot, or do we have actual stuff? I mean, there's obviously the... We have his picture of the file and everything.
I'd like to pull out the photo I got from the file
Okay,
and just
perfect.
point to it. Like, I don't know how you're not getting this.
Because I was in the bathroom for a while and missed a lot of the conversation.
Sorry.
So I'm like coming back in the middle of it.
Sorry, I didn't know when you got back. I thought you were just messing with me.
No, I'm shocked because he said it was an official review, so I'm trying to make sure we're not going to do something. Otherwise, we can just be all sneaky covert because we're so good at that.
So,
Yeah, no, I
let's see
think we're
now.
going in God's place.
It would take you a few hours to get the warrant, provided that one of you can pass a charisma check and have a good justification to link. I mean, you have... The blonde hair comes back in terms of blood type. The picture that you're going to provide... Because doing this officially means submitting paperwork to a federal judge who is going to look at the evidence that you as law enforcement are submitting. And if all the lines are not connecting, they're going to say, you don't have the evidence to connect this person to that person. And God told me so is not going to be something that a federal judge will accept.
I'm not saying God told me so. I'm saying these two look similar enough to justify going in and getting him down here for some questions.
We do also know that the Colonel had some kind of passing into plenty of... There was actually Enlosis stuff in his home, which is...
That there was, yes. So that's a link. All right. Who's going to make the charisma check to get the official warrant to storm into Enlosis?
Does anyone have a charisma higher than 10?
I have a 40.
I probably shouldn't go asking me.
Like, this, not the percentage, the score.
You are
I have
all
an
the
8.
least. You are the least charismatic people of the world. So
Is
yeah,
10
the
the highest
highest
we
charisma
have?
you have in this group is in fact a 10.
Oh.
Only one.
Talbot was
Yeah.
our- Talbot was
Yeah.
a paperwork and charisma champion.
Oh no.
I have a feeling that during a downtime in the not too distant future, someone is going to try to raise their charisma.
Is there any way we could all work as a team on this to give some kind of boost or help? We're all federal agents. We're all putting, this together.
Yeah, you're working together on this, clearly. Why not? Why shouldn't you do that? Yeah. They don't have a heading for help or assistance, or do they? I'm looking here. You might get like a plus 20, perhaps, but I'm not sure. It doesn't say there. Okay, lovely. That wasn't what I was looking for. It immediately sent me to helplessness, which is not what we're looking for. Nah, we're gonna pick one of you who's gonna make the roll. If you don't succeed, it's gonna take a matter of days instead.
Sounds like Talbot, you got the 10?
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Oh my god.
Did I wrote the paperwork underwater?
Okay.
Did I write "fuck you" on the front of it?
Probably.
She accidentally sent it back to the DC judge. Talbot.
I mailed it all the way to Sicily.
You're basically just hasting through all this stuff and trying to
wine
put
on it?
together something because you're so eager and you forget half of your training and more than that. And let's see now. So yeah, that's a fumble. We love a fumble in these conditions, don't we?
We're not getting a warrant at all.
Nope. No, the judge will be like, this is way too flimsy. Absolutely not. So
She accidentally she
gonna
sent
need
the
to
wrong
redo
picture.
time is normally a day or two. Repercussions for wrongful use is a reprimand.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's gonna be a couple of days probably before you actually can get a warrant, if you can get a warrant at all. At this stage, you don't have enough evidence to get a warrant, apparently, because Talbot was absolutely terrible with filling out the proper, talking to the right people, as it were, or talking to. It's not even the federal judge. It's going to be like the DA's office or something like that. Whoever is outside the FBI is not a friendly. Gaston can't swing this for you. We're going to spend a good 2 hours on trying to get this done. And you're on the phone. You're working it. You're probably meeting with the local judge who's just looking at you deadpan. This is what you got? Get me more.
I told
I want
It's
the blood
actually-
type. I want
Yeah.
the blood
Crap,
type
I told you
connecting
that.
this Valiant with Walters. We don't have that yet. We don't have enough evidence on Walters to go after him. You don't have any evidence on any member of this foundation. It could be completely circumstantial. I'm not staking my career on this. Talbot, why don't you roll for a fumble here? Because you're going to be a tired person, aren't you? As you have not
I can't
succeeded in
lose-
getting the warrant.
I can't lose any more willpower.
So what are we going to lose instead?
Can I lose the temporary dexterity?
I guess you can. Roll a
Thank
d4.
you.
Three. You're down to a 15 at the moment, which still puts you above just about everyone else. I'm guessing you are rushing down hallways with all the paperwork and trying to impress the judge. As you're doing this, you're stumbling, twisting your foot. Perhaps you're not wearing heels, are you?
I'm wearing steel-toed boots.
Okay, you're stuck in, I don't know, as you're running up the stairs, you get stuck in the railings, handrails, and you twist your ankle, and you're limping now a little bit, so that's why you're having the lower dexterity. So that didn't work, and it's now 6:30 in the evening, and you do not have a warrant.
The judge sucks. Plan B.
Plan B, drink.
No, we don't give up that easily.
Ain't the meeting?
I'm not giving up. I'm just waiting.
Waiting for what?
Waiting for Elziz to show up because he always does. Somehow.
What do you mean always? He's been there a grand total of, what, once?
Twice.
There was a picture of him that one time.
Yeah, it wasn't
Oh,
him
yeah, thrice
physically
now.
showing up.
I'm waiting. I am wandering these streets alone, waiting.
Blair,
You know what?
Morrigan,
Let's call
Fenton,
Corso.
what's the next
We need-
step?
I guess I have to join a cult.
Yeah, let's join a cult. Come on. What are we doing with our lives if we're not in a
I
cult?
wanna do what y'all are doing. I don't got nothing better to do.
Does this mean that you're gonna go down to Enlosis but you're not a member of Enlosis officially yet?
Figure that out when we get there. Can we
Yeah,
also?
yeah.
Yeah,
Serious.
plus that meeting might be able to give us some more evidence for the judge, honestly. If we manage to do the right things.
Uh,
Wait,
I had a holy experience there. I think I'm already a member.
Actually, we might be able to play with that.
Yeah.
The judge wanted you to connect physical evidence to Doug Walters because apparently Talbot decided to just name Doug Walters
Can we put in?
the affidavit. And is it an affidavit or is it a warrant or applicate? I don't even know the legal terms. But in your submission, that's what you were trying to do. And the judge was like, I want physical evidence connecting Walter to the scene. And you don't have that yet because you have the blonde hair in the pants has blood type, the same blood type as Ronald Valiant, but you don't know what blood type Doug Walters might have. Because at this point, the only way that you're connecting Valiant with Walters is Talbot's vision, which is obviously not enough for a judge.
Can we put in a request for the hospital to get Walter's blood type? That will be on file somewhere. There's my records.
Why would it be on file somewhere?
And he has a life, a history. You said he never in his life has he ever had his blood taken and examined?
Those are patient files, and again, it requires a warrant to access.
Right, well, we don't do that. The judge wants us to connect the guy, so that's what we're
Yes,
doing. So,
that's
Judge,
a
can we have
different
a
thing we
warrant
can
to do that?
Absolutely. Morrigan or Talbot, do you want to write? Do you want to write to the judge to get an expedited warrant to access Doug Walters' potential medical files?
Which one of us is the higher charisma?
Did Blair do anything with her medical background?
No, not really.
My
Not
charisma's
really higher.
my charisma is 10. What is yours?
10.
Then it
You know,
doesn't
you do
matter.
it.
I'll
You
do
do it,
it.
'cause I have
Why did they
failed.
go with roll for charisma when it's like a? Oh, okay, I see. That's
It's like bureaucracy or something.
yeah, not for this because it's so standard. It's when you're doing
Alright.
something much more sus stuff. You have enough material evidence to go through mundane channels with a lot, which is why you're badgering the officials to do the charisma check. It's basically just
Here goes.
This requisition is basically a standard procedure. Oh, look at
Wait,
that.
was it good?
So within a couple of hours tonight, you're going to have the paperwork you need to access Doug Walters' medical records to check his blood type and see if that could be matched. And that will probably help with the judge, though the judge is grumpy and doesn't want to speak to you for the rest of the day. Hi, Talbot. But
Hey, I didn't offend him, okay? I didn't get that fumble.
right,
He still likes me. Everybody likes me.
everybody loves
I'm
you.
amazing.
So the question is now, it's still going to take you, you're badgering officials to get access to the medical files, Morrigan. That's going to take you a couple of hours. The rest
She
of you
hates
want to go
every
and
single
join
bit
a
of
cult?
this.
Yeah, Talbot had a holy moment where she saw whatever the fuck it is that Enlosis wants to see, and she is now 100% on board. Craziest ever.
Yeah,
Like, she wants to hug Jeffrey Dahmer.
what?
Oh,
Oh,
What?
Say
No,
that.
I don't want to hug Jeffrey Dahmer. I want to marry Cthulhu. Get on board.
yeah, like,
you even know
saw
me,
that-
Fenton.
you saw
I
that
have-
giant planet, girl boss, so close to the sun.
I know. I am going to marry Cthulhu. I'm going to girl boss so hard with that one, okay? Get with the program, Fenton. Keep up.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, like, you saw the ooey gooey planets.
Yeah, I saw the ooey gooey planet, and now I want an ooey gooey husband, okay?
Please don't say any of that to the judge.
If I get another 100, I will.
Ooey gooey. Okay. Is Blair gonna go with Morrigan because hospital things?
Does that mean Fenton is stuck with
Blair,
me in Coltland?
I need support. I don't
That means
like
I have to babysit Talbot? Oh no.
yep.
Oh, shut! I have never led you astray.
So Talbot and Fenton are going to Enlosis for the monthly meeting, and Sarah and Diane will be very happy to sign you up to the foundation. They don't call it a cult. It's not a cult. What are you talking about, cult? This is a foundation. Now that you're here and can look at the poster on the wall, it's him. You just know it's him.
That judge is a prick.
Clearly.
Warrants have an issue for far less than what we have.
And there are 3 doors off this meeting hall. One is marked presentations, the second is marked private, and the third is marked storage.
Private looks tasty.
Talbot.
And you are going to be led into the room called presentations, Fenton and Talbot.
Ah,
Yeah, it is decorated with tapestries in gold and black depicting crystals.
Just so I know before what I've been dragged into, Talbot, what did you do with the crystal?
the crime scene?
You left the crystal at the crime scene?
Yeah, it's the lead from the crime scene.
What did you do with it? Where is it? Is it in your pocket? Is it still at the scene?
It's in my pocket because I haven't learned my lesson.
Fantastic. That's what I was afraid of.
Get the natural selection intervention team on call for this one, okay?
Alright.
Well, you're still alive, so you must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe
how
this-
a koala is somehow still alive, even though it's like the dumbest thing on the planet.
Exactly. Maybe
You know
this
what,
one will actually finally find a supernatural husband. Who knows?
You know what, Talbot? You're thinking, pause that thing long enough for it to burn alive, so you and Morgan both have champs for.
Talbot is working hard on this. Sarah and Diane will come to swear you in to Enlosis.
Yeah.
Can I do an occult check to see if this is something that would like hinder any future deals I have or wish to make?
You can absolutely make such a check. Go ahead.
Okay.
I guess
I'm also
I
going
will
to give
start.
you your robes.
Okay, hold on. I can start the prayer. Where is it? Okay.
Is there any power behind this? that will-
I, Brian Felton, hereby swear my everlasting loyalty to House and Clan Tremere and
What? No!
him of their blood and they are of mine. We share our lives, our goals, and our.
That is definitely not the oath you're swearing right now. What is that? Gee.
That is what you had me read yesterday when you made me join a cult.
You are a member of the player is a member of too many cults. It's dimly lit, and it's going to be your a small group here. And Diane and Sarah have dressed in their robes, which are marked with more crystal symbols than those that you have, because apparently they have advanced through the clarity. Yes, they are attendants of clarity. You are offered to take a clarifying draught. It's a tea.
So this is not going to impair any future, let's say, dealings I may have?
You don't know. This is just the start of the ritual. So far, so good, though.
Okay.
It's so good. I'll drink the tea.
Did you identify yourself as federal agents before?
I had a religious experience. That's all I'm telling them. I became enlightened.
You became enlightened. Very good. Okay. Sarah and Diane, they're standing there, and they're offering you to drink from the clarifying draught. You have no idea what it is, but it's a slightly reddish liquid.
Dude, this is the exact same thing you made me do yesterday.
Yes, but this is not...
Okay,
This is more brown red than... It's not blood colored, is what I'm trying to say.
When did you drink blood, Fenton?
That was not Fenton. That was a completely different character.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, so a cup is before you. So far, this is completely mundane, Talbot, as far as you can tell. You don't know what they might have put in the thing they're asking you to drink, but the ritual itself is not suggesting of anything bad.
Is the cup opaque?
The cup is made out of crystal, obviously.
Oh, I guess we'll have to take a sip then.
It's nice and warm.
Oh.
Calming, in fact. They will come, and while Sarah is holding like a tray or something that is covered by a cloth, black velvet cloth, Diane will reveal it, and there you have a crystal, your realizer.
Hell yeah! Now I can cast some spells with this.
Can I have a green one?
Yeah, it's twice as big as the one you have in your pocket, and it has a pointy end on both sides.
Can I have a green one?
No, you cannot. They are all just transparent.
You can put a green Sharpie on it.
Diane will begin an incantation, and she's asking both of you to focus the light of truth through the prism of the self. And she repeats this again and again. Still, Talbot, this is new agey stuff, and you can't really say why this would be powerful in any way. Sure, it's absolutely, but it draws upon various New Age traditions, basically. I'm sure there's some Crowley in there somewhere.
So I can still make a deal. Good.
Yep. You are asked to kneel and place your palm upon the realizer.
I do.
And then you have to repeat the oath. Through clarity, I am reborn. Through resonance, I hear truth. Through the core, I reflect the light. I am realized.
Through clarity, I am reborn. I forgot. I'm sorry. I should have written that down.
There you go.
Oh, God.
Oh, thank you. Through clarity, I am reborn. Through resonance, I hear truth. Through the core, I reflect light. I am realized.
And then the speaker will affirm, you are seen, you are heard, you are realized. The realizer is handed over.
Yay!
You can now take part in the actual ritual of the evening to charge the spiritual reservoir.
Yay.
which I think is probably a thing we will do next time. On the same channel, and in a week from now, the same time, the same channel. And then we'll see if these strange incantations and rituals of Enlosis will in fact cause more sanity loss than it already has. Or not, maybe it's just completely innocent. What we do know is that it's going to be 7 in the evening on April 1st. This whole day has been just one long joke to you guys, hasn't it? And yeah. Fenton and Talbot are going to sit and meditate together with everybody else with your own robes. And yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? Shall we? I noticed something here. I know a bunch of people who are doing a session. We could raid them. Should we raid them? Yes, of course we should. There. Okay. Let's start the raid because we can. Oh.
How do we do that?
They're doing Forbidden Lands. That's cool.
Oh, hell
We're
yeah.
ready in 5 seconds. 3 seconds. Okay. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you all next week. Now let's go over to Crucible Gaming Group and raid them!
How do we get to there?
Yeah, we're there now.